So I left the last example to the end just because this one is a little bit lengthier and more challenging. So it says the angle of elevation from a hiker to the top of a mountain is 25 degrees. After the hiker walks 1,000 feet closer to the mountain, the angle of elevation is 28. How tall is the mountain? So originally, we have somebody who's standing here, and the angle of elevation, 25 degrees, is right there. But that person who is right here then walks 1,000 feet closer to the mountain. So going this way, 1,000 feet closer, and the new angle of elevation is now 28 degrees. And the question is asking us, how tall is the actual mountain itself? So what we need to do is, there's a bunch of things that we don't know here, so this is why this one takes a little bit of time. That's why it has its own video. So we do not know this value right here. I could say that this full value, though, is x plus the 1,000, or 1,000 plus x, either one, and I don't know the height. So the only thing that I'm really given is I'm given the actual angle of elevation. But in both cases, keep in mind, the height is going to be the same. So you can either draw the triangles separately if you want. If that's helpful, take one that has the 25 degrees in it and one that has the 28 degrees in it. That might be more helpful if you, instead of seeing everything together. But if not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this triangle right here and I'm going to make an equation. So here's my angle. I have opposite and I have adjacent. So that's tangent. So I have the tangent of 28 equals opposite over adjacent. Okay? I'm going to take the second triangle, which is the big one. So again, this is the same thing you would do as if you were to redraw them. I have the opposite from angle 25, and I have the adjacent, which is the full x plus 1,000. And I get the tangent of 25 equals y opposite over the adjacent, which is x plus 1,000. Now you look at both of those equations and you say, okay, well they both have an x and they both have a y, but the y is the one that's totally by itself and nothing is being done to it like in the x. So what we're going to do is solve for y. So if I made a proportion cross multiplied, y is equal to x times the tangent of 28 in the first one. In the second one, if I again make a proportion cross multiply, I get y equal to x plus 1,000 times the tangent of 25. Now what you have to do though with this one is you have to distribute. Now when you have two things that are then equal to the same item, they are both equal to y. This is substitution. You can set the two of them equal to each other. So x times the tangent of 28 equals x times the tangent of 25 plus 1,000 tangent of 25. And we're going to combine like terms. So these both have x's, so I'm going to move it to the other side. So x tangent of 28 minus x tangent of 25 equals the 1,000 tangent of 25. They both have an x, so that's like a GCF, so I'm going to take that out. So anticipate this is definitely some type of question that you are going to be seeing next year with pre-calc. And then I have to get the x all by itself, so I'm going to divide. Just be careful with how much you try to put into the calculator at once, because it might interpret it differently than the way you intend on it being interpreted. And then you need to figure out the numerator, figure out the denominator, divide those two out, and that's going to give you an x value equal to about 7,129.9. But again, we're not looking for x here, we're looking for y. Y is the height, or how tall the mountain is, so that's what we're looking for. So the nice thing is we had two equations up here that solve for y. What I would do is pick the easier one, so I'm going to go with this guy. So if y is equal to x times the tangent of 28, well, I just figured out what x was. So I can type that in and multiply that by the tangent of 28, and that's going to get me about 3,791.0 feet for a final answer for the height of that actual mountain.